What if the pile of toys wasn't making your child happier, but more anxious, more distracted, and less able to play? What if the very things we give with love are quietly stealing their ability to focus, imagine, and feel calm? Welcome to Seeds of Tomorrow. Let's talk about something that's hiding in plain sight: the overstimulation of children through excess toys, gadgets, and sensory overload. It's a modern problem wrapped in bright packaging, and it's affecting how our children think, feel, and grow. We live in a world that celebrates more toys, more apps, more activities, more colors, more sounds, more everything. And we're told that this is good, that it's enriching, that it's stimulating their brains. But stimulation isn't always helpful. Sometimes it's just noise. And children, especially young ones, don't need more noise. They need space. They need silence. They need simplicity. Let's explore this together, gently, honestly, with a few laughs and a lot of love. Why too many toys can be too much. Imagine walking into a room filled with 100 toys. There are dolls, puzzles, robots, art kits, musical instruments, building blocks, talking animals, and glowing screens. You're told, pick one and play. At first, it feels exciting, but then it feels overwhelming. You don't know where to start. You feel pressure to choose the right thing. You feel distracted. You feel overstimulated. Now imagine being 3 years old in that same room. No filter, no internal compass, no ability to say, "This is too much." That's what many children experience every day. Not just in stores, but in their own homes. They bounce from one toy to the next. They play for 30 seconds, then move on. They seem bored, but they're actually overloaded. They seem hyperactive, but they're actually overwhelmed. This isn't a failure of the child, it's a failure of the environment. What happens in the brain? Let's talk about the brain, but don't worry, no fancy terms here. When a child is surrounded by too much stimulation, bright colors, flashing lights, loud sounds, their brain goes into alert mode. It's like the brain is saying, "Whoa, too much happening." This activates the stress response. The body releases cortisol. The child becomes restless, irritable, and emotionally reactive. They may throw tantrums. They may struggle to focus. They may have trouble sleeping. They may seem difficult, but they're just trying to cope. And here's the twist. Even toys that seem educational can be overstimulating, especially if they talk, flash, beep, or demand constant attention. Children need time to process, to imagine, to create, to feel. When everything is loud and fast, they lose the ability to go deep. The myth of more. We've been sold a myth that more toys mean more learning, that more gadgets mean smarter kids, that more activities mean better development. But research and real life tell a different story. Children with fewer toys play longer. They play more creatively. They engage in deep play, the kind that builds focus, problem solving, and emotional regulation. Children with simple environments feel calmer. They sleep better. They connect more easily with others. They learn to enjoy the moment, not chase the next thrill. More isn't better. Better is better. Practical psychology, what you can do. Okay, let's get practical. Here are gentle, psychology-backed ways to reduce overstimulation and support your child's emotional health. 1. Rotate toys. Instead of offering everything at once, choose 5 to 10 toys to keep out. Store the rest. Refresh weekly. This makes old toys feel new again and reduces clutter. 2. Choose open-ended toys. Blocks, dolls, art supplies, pretend play items. These invite imagination. They don't tell the child what to do. They ask, "What will you create?" 3. Create a quiet corner. A small space with soft textures, calming colors, and no screens. Add books, A cozy blanket, maybe a stuffed animal. This becomes a sanctuary, a place to rest and regulate. Fourth, limit screens. Screens aren't evil, but they're intense. Use them mindfully. Balance them with silence, nature, and human connection. 5. Model slow living. Children learn by watching. If you're always rushing, multitasking, or scrolling, they absorb that energy. But if you pause, breathe, and enjoy one thing at a time, they learn to do the same. 6. Use gentle language. Instead of, pick a toy, try, let's choose one thing to enjoy together. Instead of, you have so many toys, why aren't you playing? Try, sometimes less helps us play more deeply. The emotional impact. Let's talk feelings. When children are overstimulated, they don't just act out, they feel out of control. They feel anxious. They feel disconnected. They may cry more. They may resist transitions. They may struggle to connect with others. But when we simplify their environment, something beautiful happens. They settle. They focus. They breathe. They rediscover boredom, and boredom is a gift. It's the space where imagination blooms, where a cardboard box becomes a spaceship, where a stick becomes a magic wand, where silence becomes a canvas. Children don't need constant entertainment. They need space to create their own. What success looks like. Success isn't a room full of toys. It's a child who can play deeply with one. It's a child who can sit quietly and feel safe. It's a child who can imagine, explore, and connect. Success is emotional regulation. It's curiosity. It's joy. And it starts with simplicity, a gentle invitation. So the next time you feel tempted to buy another toy, pause. Ask yourself, is this for them or for my own anxiety? Is this adding value or adding noise? Because sometimes the most loving thing we can give our children is not another toy, but the gift of less. Less clutter, less stimulation, less pressure. And in that space, they find more. More imagination, more calm, more joy. Thank you for being here. If this message resonated with you, don't forget to subscribe to Seeds of Tomorrow for more gentle parenting wisdom, emotional healing tools, and soulful reflections. Together, we're raising a generation that thrives in simplicity, not excess. See you in the next video.